Hello guys, I'm Capusims. Welcome to this new speed build. Today we're heading to lovely Brightchester and more precisely to Gibbs Hill, the small neighborhood located between the two universities of the Discover University Pack. As I was a little lazy, I thought I could build a tiny house on a 20 by 20 lot called Pepper's Pub, but as always, I realized it took me a lot of time to figure out how to complete the house because I encountered a lot of troubles with the split levels and the roofing that took me forever to fix. But don't worry, don't run away. You won't see these repeated problems in the video because I edited the footage in order to make it more interesting. And yes, it would be a shame to leave those problems and those repeated problems. And yeah, as you can see, the house has a very rustic global style with that small steeple on the roof and the wood on the exterior walls. And later I choose to put some shaded windows with a lot of green accent to the exterior look of the house. And another little piece of information to share with you. This is a tiny cottage, of course, but it is a real and functional residential tiny house of 32 tiles. It will be available today on the gallery, so you can play with it. It is fully functional, play-tested, and you can find it under the hashtag Capusims, Capusims. And of course, I'll link it on the description box down below. Speaking about the cottage, we would tend to imagine them in a very rustic surroundings with groves and fields and small woods perhaps, but I'm finally quite happy with the way the house fits into the Brightchester environment. Maybe it's kind of the magic of The Sims. Whatever idea we have, we always manage to do something fun, something funky, or something crazy. And I really love that. When I upload my video, The Sims just announced a surprise for their 21st birthday. We'll have soon an update on February the 25th, and they have decided to put the creators in the spotlight. This is a brilliant idea because since the launch of The Sims 4 and the ability to share our builds and the rooms and Sims in it, we could really understand the extent of the creativity of the Sims community. And personally, yes, little bit of introduction for to myself. Personally, I have always been a builder and I have been sharing my houses on the gallery since the launch of The Sims 4 with quite a lot of people downloading them, especially when it came to starters. So putting the creators in the spotlight is at the very heart of the experience of The Sims 4, and yeah, I'm curious to see what will be the surprise. Hopefully we'll have a lot of new objects with the update. At this very moment of the build, I'm figuring out how to distribute the different spaces. It's a tiny build, a tiny house of 32 tiles we're building, so we don't have a lot of solutions. And I put some random appliances and pieces of furniture to basically test if it works. But despite all these tests, I still found myself at the end of the building with an impractical bed, yes. So I had to rebuild the bed on the platform you see there, so that it could be used. We will see it on the screenshot later, but I'm not crazy. We've just seen it. It was play tested. It should have worked, but at the end it didn't work. So I choose to make it a different way. Maybe you didn't see it when I built the roof, but I decided to raise it on a half wall. And since the roof is very steep, I had the idea to use the space in the bathroom on the bathroom ceiling to put a desk, so we can enjoy some more space for our sims. And strangely, it works. All we have to do now is patiently choose how to arrange the furniture to make this tiny little house as pleasant as possible. I don't know why, but I love building little houses. The smaller the space and the more difficult to arrange, the more proud I am of the result at the end. And maybe it's like constraints really help me to focus on each space and make the most of my imagination and the furniture we have in The Sims 4. And I try to figure out at this moment how to arrange the living room space, but it won't stay like that. I will change my mind a little bit later to put the couch along the wall and mix up the furniture to come up with something livable for Sims. For this build, I've literally overused the new furnitures we have in the Paranormal Stuff pack, which was released a few days ago. I really enjoy them a lot. They are so beautiful and coordinated and funky but realistic. I'm really happy with it. And the cherry on the cake, it's also very easy to match them with the furniture of the other packs we have. We're almost there for the bedroom and the living room. So we will look into the detail, that is the lighting. And I say the detail, but it caused an important challenge since I am using the space under the roof. I could not put lamps attached to the ceiling, which basically doesn't exist, except above the dining table, which is located under the roof overhang. That is on a normal height, but for all the lamps in this tiny build, I had to choose standing lights or attached to the walls light fixture. And it was not as easy as we could think. I wish I could use those vampire pack tiles we see there, but they just didn't fit in such a small space. The pattern is just too big and it would be awful. But fortunately, we have all sorts of small tiles which just perfectly do the job for small spaces, as the bathroom we see there or the kitchen, especially when it comes to kitchen merged with the living space. And speaking of the kitchen, I am changing the furniture for the last time. So this is the final version that we are discovering for the moment. I finally choose the green furniture from the Parenthood pack, which matches very well with these green windows. I don't know what you think, but I really like this green color and I was so happy to build this house. Let me know if you like it too in the comments. Would you play in it? And if yes, you know you can download it. And I don't know why, but since I've been building this house, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers post cottage speed builds and cottage stop motions. To show you a little behind the scenes of this channel, I work full time and I take in my free time the creation of the builds, then the editing, and then the voiceovering of the videos, which for this particular video took me all the week. Because in the best case, I can only devote an hour a day to it. And yet not all the days it is possible. So that means that for this house, it took me just over a week. And yes, I've built the house just a week ago. And since then, I was amazed to see so many cottage videos. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that there are always a lot of them, but I don't pay attention to it, or maybe I pay less attention to them. It's also possible. I don't know why, but I realized that there were a lot of cottage video available for the moment on YouTube. Maybe is it a trend? I don't know. If it's the case, I wish it could help this video to show up to the recommendation of the algorithm. Yeah, the algorithm. Because it's really not easy to stand out on YouTube. My channel is, of course, very young. It's only the 10th video I've posted, I think. And among them, there is only one that stands out for the moment. And this is my version of James Turner's challenge. Every room is one tile bigger. And if I believe the analytics of YouTube and if I understand it well, there is a lot of chance that if you are watching this video, it is because you've already seen this challenge before. So let me know if it's true. It could help me a lot to understand how people get to know my challenge. Get to know my channel, of course. And as we are heading now to the screenshots, we finish the work with my favorite moments, the cluttering. As you can see, I use the red shelf, which frees oneself from the predefined stacks on the furniture and which allow us to create much more realistic environments. It's made by Twisted Mexi, who's a quite famous modder, a Sims 4 modder. And he has also made the tool mod, but I haven't quite understood how to use it yet. It's kind of tricky, but on the other hand, I really want to try to use it because it allows us to make such crazy builds by tilting objects in all possible angles. And yeah, one day you will probably see me using it in my construction, but not today yet. It's pretty much done for this video. You can support me by becoming a subscriber, turn the notification bell on, give a thumbs up or commenting. It will really help me to reach out. Thank you for being there with me. Happy simming, happy building, and see you next time for another video. Bye bye!